This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some big update to share with you. President Biden just said that a decision is going to be made at the end of the week for a gas tax holiday, or we're hearing some are saying that there could be gas rebate checks as well. We'll find out in just a few days, according to President Biden. Also play a few different video clips from other Congress members talking about this gas tax holiday, and the $975 stimulus check deadline has just been extended, and I'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below, and I'm giving $200 to my subscribers. Details of how you can sign up down in the description below. So, gas rebate cards for Americans, Biden administration considering the move. So, we're hearing two different stories here. Gas rebate cards, which would just be a check to Americans, sort of like a stimulus check, and then we're hearing gas tax holiday. So with the gas, President Biden speaking to reporters on Monday at the beach in his house in Delaware said that he is open to the idea of a gas rebate check. But we're hearing other reports saying Biden hopes to make a decision on a gas tax holiday this week. So I guess by the end of the week, today's Tuesday, so just a few days, we could hear whether there's going to be a gas tax holiday and for how long, or a gas rebate check and for how much. Take a look at this video clip right here explaining more.
Americans are looking for relief at the pump, hoping that lawmakers can do something to bring those prices down, even if that's temporary. To that point, White House officials say a federal gas tax holiday is on the table. As of today, the average cost of a gallon is hovering around $5. Joining me now is NBC News White House correspondent Mike Memoli. So this would shave off, what was it, 13, 15, 16 cents per gallon? Nice, but it's not going to get the price down to where it was last year, Mike.
Yeah, that's right, Katie. 18 cents is the magic number that a federal gas tax holiday would mean for Americans. And in fact, we've seen a number of states already suspend state-level gas taxes, and a number of those states are led by Democratic governors and legislatures. So this is an idea that has been sort of in the air for some time. You talk about gas prices hovering around $5 a gallon. The president's approval rating is hovering around 40%, and his approval on the economy is even lower than that. So that's really what's driving the urgency on the part of the White House today. The White House has consistently said that all options are on the table, that the president is considering a range of actions today. The president was taking a walk on the beach in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and he took some questions, including about this idea of a gas tax holiday. Let's hear what he had to say.
Mr. President, are you considering a pause on the federal gas tax, Mr. President? We know that you're considering it, and Secretary Yellen spoke about it yesterday.
Yes, I'm considering it.
How soon can we expect a decision?
Well, I hope I have a decision based on data I'm looking for by the end of the week.
Now, Katie, there are, of course, some trade-offs if you pursue this gas tax holiday. One is that if you suspend the gas tax, at some point you have to reimpose it. That's one of the political tricks here, is that at some point, if the gas price does lower enough, then you still have to reimpose the tax, and that will raise it once again. The other bigger issue, as Jennifer Granholm, the Energy Secretary, laid out over the weekend, is this federal gas tax pays for things. It pays for infrastructure. The infrastructure law that the president signed last year is one of the main accomplishments they're running on, and so they don't want to necessarily rob Peter to pay Paul's, put some of these infrastructure projects in jeopardy because you cut off one of the main sources of revenue for it. So decision, the president says by the end of the week. We know sometimes those decisions, especially in this White House, drag on a little bit longer than that.
Really, really interesting. Mem, thanks so much.
So you can hear there that 18 cents is the magic number, meaning that no matter where you are in the country, whatever the price of gas is for you, you would get an additional 18 cents off per gallon. So you fill up 10 gallons, that's $1.80 off for every 10 gallons. Let me know down in the comments below, is that enough? Is that going to help you if with your specific situation, with your driving? Would $1.80 off per 10 gallons help you? Let me know your thoughts on that, or would you prefer a gas rebate check? Haven't heard any details on that yet, but Obama called gas tax holiday a gimmick in 2008, as Biden now says he's considering it. So basically a gimmick, as you heard in the clip before, because it is a temporary measure. So basically, President Biden said that he's considering taking off 18.4 cents per gallon. And what is said here is, according to President Obama's words from 2008, Biden's former boss said at the time that a gas tax holiday was a gimmick to save Americans half a tank of gas over the summer so that lawmakers could say they did something. Also, we don't know the oil companies will actually pass on savings and saying, so you're saving 5% in terms of the gas tax. It's not clear that would prevent the oil companies from just jacking up the prices 5%. So you end up giving them more money. And we've drained the Highway Trust Fund. Now this is the problem with Washington. We're facing a situation where oil prices could hit $200 a barrel. So this is former President Obama back in April 2008 saying this. And now we're having President Biden doing the gas tax holiday. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. Good idea, bad idea. Next up, take a look at Representative Clyburn talking about the gas tax holiday.
James Clyburn is with us now, the South Carolina Democrat, the House Majority Whip, kind enough to join us. Congressman, do you think we need a federal gas tax holiday?
Well, thank you very much for having me. Yes, I have for some time now been talking about a gas tax holiday for all consumers. The president has, I think rightfully so, addressed this issue part of the way with his tapping into the strategic reserve. That's fine, but I don't think that goes quite far enough. We need to equip especially rural Americans with some relief with the gas tax. We've done that. When we're trying to get this economy back on track after COVID-19, we gave a lot of relief to a lot of business people, a lot of restaurant owners, and other people who were having difficulty. But during all of that time, people, especially what we call the essential workers, were trying to buy gas, and now all of a sudden the gas tax is gone, or the gasoline per gallon is going through the roof. So a gas tax relief would be, I think, a proper way to address this issue.
Is it your sense then, Congressman, that that's exactly what the president's going to do by the end of this week?
Well, I don't know exactly what the president's going to do. I have not talked to the president about this, but I think from what I've heard today, that this is what he is considering, and I think is a good thing. Now, I'm no expert when it comes to economics, but I do talk to people. I've been traveling this country quite a bit within the last 30 days. I'm talking about in states like Georgia, Florida, Michigan, Ohio, New Jersey, and everywhere I go, people are addressing the cost that consumers are having trying to stay afloat. And this is a fundamental way to address this issue.
All right, you say you're not an expert on economics. I would disagree with that. You've had some very good economic discussions with me. But Congressman, I'm wondering, you're very good at politics. In fact, many people say if not for you, Joe Biden wouldn't be in the White House right now. But now there are concerns among many in your party that he shouldn't, re-up for another 4 years in 2024. Are you in that camp?
No, I'm not. And Neil, I think you would remember this. About halfway through Bill Clinton's first term, that's all I heard. He would never get reelected, but he was. The same thing happened with Barack Obama. Never would get reelected, but he was. And so I think that what we ought to do is just continue to stay focused on what is required of all of us to get this country back on track. I am in the camp of people who believe that the country needs to address some fundamental issues and stop going off on all these tangents. And that's what we're trying to do, talk about whether or not the president should run again, and we have not gotten to the midterm elections yet. Let's get these. Well,
I think a lot of them are alarmed by what's happening with the economy. I know the president says we're not in a recession. Others disagree with that. Just out of curiosity, do you think we are in a recession?
Well, for a lot of people, we are. There's no question about that. If you can't afford to buy gasoline, you are in a recession. The investor class in this country is not losing any money. Individuals, yes. But as a class, investors are still making money. Corporate execs are making plenty of money. That's not the
Well,
issue.
but
The issue
investors,
is,
when you say investors, they're losing money on the market. You know that, right? I mean,
I said
that's
the
pretty
investor
obvious, right?
class. As a
Okay,
class,
well, that's a
investors,
large class of people who trade stock, right?
that's true. I'm not one of them. But
Okay.
the people
Well, let me
as
ask
a
you, while
class,
we're on that subject, sir, while we're on the subject, when you hear all this talk within your party that Joe Biden shouldn't run, it's that he's too old and, he's showing his age. Is that a concern? Do you think that's a legitimate concern?
I don't think he's too old. No. I just heard a 95-year-old lady today who many TV stations have had on, the
Right.
grandmother of Juneteenth, 95 years old. And I have been saying, and I will say again, age is chronologically a thing to talk about. The individual determines what is too old, not the calendar. You know, when you talk about Joe Biden, at his age, he's 15 years younger than one of the sharpest people I've heard from today. Miss Ola is a very sharp woman at 95.
So what are your thoughts? Is the gas tax holiday a gimmick? Should it be done? Should we have that? Is it going to save some money, which is good because then, we could use that extra money for something else? Let me know your thoughts on all that down in the comments below. Now back to other stimulus news. Thousands of Americans now have more time to apply for up to $975 payments as deadline extended. So this is going on in this is good news for senior citizens and disabled Americans living in Pennsylvania. There's more time to apply for the $975 in rebates on rent and property taxes. So the original deadline was June 30th for this program, but it's now extended until December 31st of this year, 2022. The max standard rebate is $650, but I guess for qualifying homeowners, you could boost it up to $975. So yeah, if you live in Pennsylvania, definitely take advantage of that program. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Belle. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you the one thing that you should do when you can't sleep. When you can't sleep, try to think of happy thoughts, or try thinking of counting sheep, or think of happy thoughts. And think of the thoughts that you want to happen in your dreams. So sometimes what I do when I try to sleep, sometimes I try close my eyes and think of natural thoughts. And sometimes it happens in my dreams. And also when I want to do it, I think of doing it more better. And I think of dreaming better and go to sleep. That's how I naturally go to sleep. And then sometimes it actually happens in my dreams. And sometimes I can't really sleep, but I try coloring. So that's all the things I wanted to say for this video. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. Don't forget $200 checks, details down in the description below. And if you appreciate how I get straight to the point, no BS, no fluff. I just tell you what it is, show you the facts, the articles, the clips. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to check out my latest video on my Wise Buys channel, you could click up here. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.